Go to badboymembership.com. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com.
Stay in the streets and going to get it. But this was different. There was so much money coming in that it was just wild. I was getting arrested all over the place, wild and beefing and shit. It was just like I lost the sense of who I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I had discipline in Boston when I was in the streets, but with the Source, there was just so much shit going on. And then, you know, we ended up getting this major investigated by the feds that for like 2 years that was dead. You know what I'm saying? And I still was wild. So, you know, then ended up beefing with Eminem, and Jimmy pulled all the advertisement. And it was just a time where everything started going crazy. But, right now. But the time when it was right, when I say it was right, I think at one point, I think I definitely had more money than Shady and Diddy at the time. If there was a Forbes back then Benzino would have been top of that motherfucker. Because, yeah, it was ridiculous. I didn't even know how much money I had.
Now, did the beef with you and Eminem, did that start because of the Source magazine for you giving him like 4 out of 5 mics?
I just, you know what I'm saying? I just was like, you know, I just was like, you know, the Source loved him, and they was giving him 4.5 mics, and I just was like, now, hold up, you know what I'm saying? Are you doing this because he's a white kid? You know, like if that's the case, then Cannabis should be getting 4.5 mics. Or are you doing this because he's white? Like which was this? And you know, a lot of the staff was, you know, they was a major Eminem fan. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm like, we never did this before where we're gonna start going this route. Like, he's nice, but again, is he nice because he's white, or is it because the type of music? I mean, granted, when he came out with the shit with Dre, that probably definitely did deserve, because I never was the mic guy anyway. But you know what I'm saying? I could say this now because of how I think I grew up and how, you know, white people took advantage. I probably was a little salty that he was white and he was just coming in. I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? And was it right? Well, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But I had to go for what I thought was in my heart. And I never made too many decisions to be like, yo, don't give him. I never got in the mic arguments or in the mic things. I never was in the back rooms. They would go in back rooms and do the mics. There's only a couple of times I had to insert my power to let the staff know, look, you know, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you know, when you're trying to balance, first of all, you're trying to balance selling ads by labels who are paying you thousands of dollars a year, thousands upon thousands. You can't give their artists 2.5, 3 mics. So it started, you know, it started 2.5 mics. You can't do that, even if you don't like the album. So really, you know, that's when I started seeing this integrity thing about the mics, when people don't understand you can't give bad ratings to somebody who's paying you thousands of dollars. And they understood. But now, back in the day, you could have had integrity because nobody was spending that much money. But now it's like you got to walk a fine line with that shit. So that mic shit, listen, man, me, if I like something, I like something. I don't need for the world to like it. One of the things that make us individual on earth is our ability to like what we like and not give a fuck what anybody else thinks. That's what makes you an individual. I think when you start listening to people, okay, he said it's 4 mics, so now I'm gonna go buy it. I think that's ridiculous. And I'm saying that now when really the Source that was the whole premise of the Source was the mic system. But I wasn't a big believer or a supporter, and I kept that to myself because I always felt like whatever one likes. But artists really was really into those mics, and I noticed that later on. You know, I got approached by a couple of dudes like, yo, man, I was like, my brother, I had nothing to do with them. Saying I had not one thing to do with the mics. You know what I mean? Like there were things I had to do it, but I gave, and Dave gave them the freedom as the staff to pick on it. You know, that was their big thing to do, so let them do that. Give them that. They work hard. So that was the mic system. The Eminem thing came, and it was more of a personal thing of how I grew up and how, you know what I'm saying, I seen things. And then to be honest, what I said was right. A lot of shit I was talking about the machine and everything, it was right. You know, because Eminem was getting like MTV was giving him like shit that they would never give no black artists and let him do, you know what I mean? It just wasn't fair. So I just was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I had the power to say something and I did. You know, I didn't have to answer to nobody. You know, you got to realize, even Russell Simmons back in the day had to answer to somebody. I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Good shit.
And you know, I spoke what was on my mind. I actually spoke for hip hop. I spoke for the culture, and I spoke as far as towards racism. Meaning, look, you know, you don't single out this guy and give him special treatment because he's white, because that's not fair. So a lot of that had to do with that.
Let me ask you that though. Do you think that's the reason why it almost, I don't want to say backfired, but it seems like now, if you look at it through the annals of history, or anybody who's asked a question between the Eminem and Benzino beef, Eminem destroyed Benzino. Eminem did this. He shut him down.
Yeah, I don't, you know, I don't take it like that. I swear to God, even in the rhymes. You know why? You know, I'm gonna keep it 100. See, Eminem is a white kid. Eminem's never ever experienced my struggle and the way I grew up. Not even a little bit of it. Okay, so anything he says is joking. You sold crack and all that. Drug dealer, shot niggas, been shot, all that. Everything else, what every other nigga goes through, shit that you don't go through, shit that you know nothing about, but you still want to be a part of this culture and take. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Eminem fooled everybody. He got through. They got him through because you know they brought him up around these two. You know, he's from Detroit, and he's not from Detroit. He's from one of the blackest, dopest cities in America, street-wise and music-wise. He's from there. He's not from there. They planted a perception of him and ran with it. And you know, I was a little glitch in the matrix. Don't think that what I did didn't glitch shit up, or I glitched it. But you know, it's bigger than him destroying me because I'm still here looking better than ever. You know what I'm saying? And I'll beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Man to man. So you can't destroy somebody that's still here, still relevant in his culture, and still talk that shit without being face to face with me without 12 bodyguards.
Right.
And like that's how our culture works. Now maybe you didn't know that because you know they got you thinking different. But our culture works when you destroy somebody, then that person never comes out, and you the big dog. And nah, hell no. I'm out here feeling, looking better than ever. You know what I'm saying? And actually happier than ever.
Good. Right.
I'm happy with who I see in the mirror. I stand up for things, and it's not always about money. I did that. When people be like, "Oh, you lost everything," nah, I didn't lose nothing. I lived it. You don't lose money. When you're here for a period of time. In that period of time, it's up to you to get the most money you can. And you're not gauged by this moment or that moment. You're gauged by your life. The things I've done, man, I could talk about shit I've done that will blow your fucking mind.
Right.
I mean, the stories that I got, which I'm going to hold for the book, that'll blow your mind.
Everybody hold shit for the book.
I have millions and millions and millions of dollars. And the things that I did, the crazy shit. Think of Wolf of Wall Street, but way crazier. I mean, you know, women, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've dated a lot of celebrity women, actresses, rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all coming in the book, you know what I'm saying? A lot of your rappers' wives.
Beyonce? No.
Rappers' wives.
Beyonce? Nah.
Nah, you know what? I'm not even going to say nothing. All I'm going to do is wait for the book.
Let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you about...
I'm going to tell you, the Zista was that nigga at one time, man. And when I say that, I mean it within the industry because, you know, I never was an industry nigga. I'm a Boston street nigga. Like, that industry shit, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But the industry still gauges who it was. And at one point, I was that guy. I still was the mysterious guy. Who is he? Well, where is he? What? You know, but when the federal, see, everything, it kind of happened at once. The Eminem beef, the federal investigation, you know, us owing the bank more, like everything all happened at once. And that was kind of like the demise of the source.